What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LTQ Wrestling Podcast. WrestleMania season is close. We are pretty much 2 weeks away from the biggest show in wrestling, and you could argue the biggest show in entertainment outside the Super Bowl. A lot of big matches on the card. We got John Cena hosting. They got to bring in those casual fans. You know them. Speed's on the show. We got 2 big main events. I mean, it's going to be looking like a pretty crazy WrestleMania. QJ, how we doing? Are we looking forward to WrestleMania in 2 weeks?
What's going on? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint.
Hope not. We've seen some disappointments in the past wrestling. We've also seen some great moments last few years. I mean, we had Cody and Roman Reigns obviously ending the story. We had the Usos and Sami Zayn and KO, which is one of my favorite matches. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins was spectacular. I mean, they have some good matches. And I think this WrestleMania has potential to be very good. We'll see. There is a few matches that aren't confirmed yet. We are doing this a week or two before, just because I don't know if we're all going to be available, and just most of the main matches are pretty much confirmed for this show. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. So we'll start off with a rumored match. And obviously Tiffany Stratton's been a little bit of the headlines lately. She made a comment, which I didn't really think was the smartest comment. She said she's trying to get to Hollywood by the time she's 30. I believe she's like 26, 27 right now. I don't know if that's a comment you want to be making with, a company trying to push you to be one of the biggest stars when you already got one foot out the door. But that has nothing to do with her match at WrestleMania. Her and Julia's been hit or miss on the main roster. They gave her the Women's United States title again, which really that title has not meant a whole lot of anything on that show, unfortunately. But Julia against Tiffany Stratton, QJ, who do you predict will win the Women's United States champion? Obviously, Julia is the champion, so do you see her retaining, or do you see Tiffany win the championship?
I see Tiffany getting the championship. Like you said, they're going to be pushing her. So, yeah, I feel her making an upset. At WrestleMania, they used to be having a lot of title changes.
Tiffany as well. I don't really see her losing to Julia right now. Julia has like no momentum. Tiffany obviously still has like a pretty solid fan base. There ain't gonna be much of a story for this match. Not every match needs a big story heading into it. Like, this is just a match you kind of just put the title on the show. There are a lot of fans who complain, like, just put everybody on the show at this point, but you do want to see a lot of the champions on the show defending. So we'll see. I think this will be a solid match. I know Tiffany has her moments where she botches and stuff like that, but I mean, she's not bad in the ring when she wants to be. I will say she needs to chill. Doing that moonsault to the outside. She's had a few rough landings doing that. So we'll see. And speaking of rough landings, Io Sky obviously had a horrible landing.
Ooh.
I mean, she landed around her neck on Raw. It was pretty. I mean, she could have been paralyzed from it. I'm happy she's all right, because that was scary. I mean, that was a scary spot for her. So she's going to be facing Asuka. Sounds like there was rumors that maybe Kyrie gets added to it. Doesn't sound like that's going to be the plan. I know Tears was really hoping Kyrie was going to be added to this match. He's a huge Kyrie Sane fan. So Asuka against Io Sky. QJ, who we see winning this bout?
I see Io Sky pulling up the victory. I don't know. I haven't really seen Asuka too much. So I see Io Sky getting that win. Hopefully, I can see them being back and forth match. They don't disappoint in their matches. So hopefully it lives up, lives up to the fullest.
Yeah, I'm going to go Io too. I think Kyrie's probably going to turn on Asuka here. They've been teasing it for a while. Would I have wanted to see Kyrie in this match? Yeah, it would have been nice to see her get something. I know she'll be at ringside, but it would have been nice to see her get into this match. Tears is a huge advocate for Kyrie Sane. She is very underrated in the ring. If you saw a lot of her NXT work, she's phenomenal. And she just hasn't really gotten a lot of level on the main roster, a lot of injuries, unfortunately. Just hasn't really gotten a lot of momentum. Maybe turning her on Asuka gets her a big babyface reaction and gets some momentum going her way. We'll see. But I think the Kabuki Warriors have definitely hit their peak as a team. There ain't really a lot of fans that care about them at this point. So, yeah, I'm going to go Io as well. So next match, another rumored match, which I think it'll be confirmed this week. Speed is teaming up with Austin Theory and Logan Paul against LA Knight, and the Usos. And listen, I know a lot of fans I've talked about this on my TikTok and YouTube short if anybody checked out, but listen, Speed on the show is great for business. He has a huge fan base, obviously streaming-wise. A lot of younger fans watch him. They had LA Knight come on a stream, attack him and everything. So they know what they're doing, and they're going to get a lot of celebrities on this show. Him and Logan Paul themselves draw a ton of viewership. Them in the same match, going to get a lot of people talking. It's good exposure for WWE. And this WrestleMania, they want to get as much people watching this show as possible. So he's teaming up with Austin Theory and Logan Paul against the Usos and LA Knight. So Obviously, he knocked LA Knight out with some brass knucks on SmackDown. That's setting this up, him and LA Knight. So, QJ, what do you think about Speed's involvement with WrestleMania, and who do you see win this 3-on-3 tag team match?
Speed involvement. I mean, like I said, good for business. But you know what I mean. A lot of these cats are just going. You know, they're gonna come in and think that they've been wrestling fans for decades, but you know now Speed advertising them, so you know how that's gonna be. And I see Speed or Theory Logan Paul picking up a victory here. I see that happening.
So I'll ask you this: do you think Speed's going to have a good in-ring performance? So me and you, if you first admit, we doubt a lot of these people: Pat McAfee, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, Jelly Roll. Like, we've had some doubts about some of these non-wrestling personalities getting involved in the business, and some of them have actually done pretty well. I've seen, Speed's been training, and he trained with Randy Orton and Sheamus. So do you think he's going to put on a solid performance here?
It's a good question. I could see it. Like I said, the training he's been doing. Yeah, I could see. I could see he'll be impressing us. Definitely.
Yeah, he's very athletic too, so he could do a
Yeah,
lot of.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I just hope it's fun. I don't think he's gonna do a whole lot during. I think he'll probably get a tag and do a little bit and probably tag out. But a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. So speaking of tag team matches, we got the women's tag titles. We got the Bella Twins, who are back together, which some fans hate it, some fans love it, against Lash and Nia, who are the champions, against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, a 4-way for the tag titles. And I don't really care about this match a whole lot. It's not even anything against any of the women in the match. I just don't care about the women's tag titles. I haven't really in a very long time. So this match would just be another match that happens for me. But QJ, who do we see winning this fatal 4-way women's tag title match?
Women's tag titles, man. I don't know. I have a feeling Charlotte, Alexa. I can see picking up that victory. I don't know. Every time Charlotte in that match, she always winning something. You know what I mean? She always in that spotlight.
Yeah, that ain't a bad choice at all, Charlotte and Bliss, especially with Charlotte's track record. I'm going to go the Bella Twins just because I've heard they're retiring. I think they signed like a 2-year deal at Royal Rumble, and they said this is like the last run, so I can see WWE giving them like one final run as tag champs. They've been really like vocal about not being used properly or not being used at all. They've just been seem not happy with the way WWE's using them. I can see WWE being like, okay, we'll give you all the tag titles at WrestleMania and have one final run. So that's going to be my prediction for this match. So the next match I'm actually looking forward to, just from a storyline perspective. There's been a lot of rumors about maybe bringing Demon Finn back. Me and Tears talked about it. Tears don't really want to see it. He feels like Demon Finn lost his aura a little bit. He feels like it kind of had more. He pretty much Tears' opinion is, I don't want to paraphrase too much, but he pretty much was saying like in NXT it was just like a cool ultra Balor gimmick. It wasn't like, oh, he has to win his Demon Balor or anything like that. He don't want to see it back. But we have Finn Balor against Dom Mysterio. Finn now back as a babyface. They did have Dom drop the title to Penta, thanks to Finn. So Penta's the champion, which we'll get into that match next. Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio. QJ, what did you think about this whole feud they're having, and who do you see winning this?
Yeah, feud's pretty good. Set up well. Who I see winning? Well, if Demon does come back, I will say Demon. Finn definitely go for the win. But I don't know. I could see probably Dom getting the upset here. You know.
So you can make a case for both wrestlers here. Like Finn just turned babyface. Does he need to lose his first match as babyface? And then Dom just lost to Penta for the championship. Does he need to take another loss? It's tough. I think Finn's going to win because Finn needs to win a match. I don't think he's won a one-on-one in like 2 years or something like that. I read like it's pretty wild how much he's been losing, but still got a world title shot. That's WWE's booking. You don't need to win to get title shots. You just come out there, interrupt the champion, and say, "I want a match against you," and you get it. But yeah, I'm going to go Finn gets the win here. I think Dom's going to have some other plans for this show, which I'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, I think this match is going to be very good. Dom's improved a whole lot in the ring. He's had some great work. Finn's obviously one of the best workers they have. He's always going to have a solid match with anybody. So I think this match will be a very underrated match on the card. You could argue, should they had the title involved? Maybe. But I think the story speaks for itself. The Judgment Day, then turning on one another. They could really carry out this feud for a while. I don't think this is going to be like a one-off match at the show. I think they're probably going to have a best-of-3 series. That's probably why I'll go with Finn here, just because I feel like he needs to get a win, just to kind of make his baby face turn mean a little bit more. So we'll see. So the title Dom just recently dropped, the Intercontinental Championship. Penta, the champion, will be facing Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough. I think this will be a very fun match. Do I think it's going to be a very long match? Probably not. We have a very mixed group of athletic guys here that can all do stuff. Rusev's obviously the powerhouse in this. You got Penta. I just realized I put Pena on there. I apologize for that. But Penta, you guys know what I'm talking about. Penta. So QJ, obviously you're a fan of Penta. Javon Evans has a big fan base right now. JD's a good worker. Rusev's had his moments. Not really been doing too much of note lately. And then Dragon Lee's somebody who's very good in the ring. They've been trying to book. So who do you see winning the Intercontinental Championship, or do you see Penta retaining?
Like I said, Penta, he just got it back. I have to say Penta retains. It's gonna be a good match. I like WrestleMania. What I like about WrestleMania, I like title changes because it could definitely mean something going forward. But I don't know. I guess I see Penta, retaining this.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to fix the thing, but it's glitched on me. Anyways, so yeah, I see Penta retaining too. He just won the belt. I don't really see him dropping the title yet. It just wouldn't really make sense for him to do that right now. Could make an argument. Maybe Javon Evans could win it, but he's really the only other guy I see winning if they do a title change. So yeah, I'm going to go Penta as well. So next match, which has a lot of fans buzzing for many reasons. Sami Zayn recently won the United States Championship. Fans are not happy about it. There's a lot of complaints, a lot of negative backlash. Sammy Hogan comments have rained down once again. Kind of got a feel for Carmelo Hayes. He dropped the title right before WrestleMania to Sami Zayn. It's tough. I know they want to set up this match with him and Trick. I get it. They've had a little bit of a feud going on, but man, Carmelo Hayes, and maybe Melo gets added. I've heard WWE's heard the backlash about it. Maybe they might make it a triple threat. Melo does have his rematch clause. Him and Trick have a history, so that could happen. So QJ, who do you see? Do you see Sammy retaining in a triple threat or a one-on-one? Do you see Trick Williams getting his first main roster championship? How do you see this United States title match playing out?
I can see Trick Williams getting the title. Hopefully, Carmelo Hayes is in it. I didn't feel like he needed to drop it there that night. Yeah, I see Trick Williams making an upset. I know Sammy just won it, but I don't know. Sammy, he's been having too much moments. He need to just drop it. You had enough moments.
Yeah, he's won a lot of mid-card championships. It's been pretty crazy. And Melo Melo deserves to be on this card. He's had a really good reign. He had a lot of U.S. Open challenges, very good matches. I know they overdid him and Dragunov a little bit, but I mean, he deserves to be on the show. Like, I know a lot of fans thought, oh, maybe him and Kalani Jordan are going to have their wedding. He already said that's not true. They're having the wedding in November. So he's available for this. So I hope the backlash gets him on the show because Carmelo Hayes is a heck of a performer. And he don't obviously need to win, but he just needs to be a part of the match. It makes too much sense to have him in it, but it's WWE, so who knows. So one of the interesting feuds on SmackDown, Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, they've been going at it. They've been beating the hell out of each other. They both beat each other off a bus or whatever and fell through a bunch of stuff. And, I've had people who don't even really watch wrestling be like, oh, man, Drew and Jacob Fatu, they've been just destroying each other. What's been going on here? They have a pretty harsh rivalry going on. Drew feels like Jacob Fatu cost him the championship. He's been screwing him in every match he's had, everything. So an unsanctioned match. We don't really see that a lot in WWE. AEW, you see him almost every single pay-per-view. I'm not the biggest fan of them in AEW. I feel like WWE is not going to be as ridiculous with some of the stuff they do, but who knows? So, QJ, who do you see winning this unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu?
I see Jacob Fatu getting a win. Like I said, he's been screwed. It's time for him to get that revenge and do it at WrestleMania. It's going to be a good match, though. So they're going to leave it out on the line. But Jacob Fatu for the win.
Yeah, Fatu's really He's lost a little bit of momentum, I would say, in the last few months. I know he took a break to get his dental work done or whatever, and then the fans wanting him on SmackDown was annoying as hell. With that, what chance? One of the worst things Stone Cold ever did. But yeah, Drew's taking time off after this show to go film a show, so I feel like Jacob getting the win makes the most sense here. Drew doesn't really need to win, and we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a brutal fight, and both these guys are just going to beat the hell out of each other and put on a show. So we'll see what happens. So the next match, Becky Lynch against AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee recently won the title, at the previous pay-per-view. And Becky and her have had some very interesting promos. I don't know if they've really been that good, but they've gotten people talking. Becky's just kind of been a little bit over the top. I know that's her character, but I haven't really dug this new heel Becky gimmick. I just think it's kind of cringe at times. AJ Lee's never really been that great on the mic to begin with. I don't know why people are all of a sudden realizing that now. She came from an era where you didn't really talk a lot. So this match, I think the in-ring will be solid. The last match wasn't bad. I mean, we'll see. So QJ, who do you see win this match? AJ Lee the champion or Becky Lynch the challenger?
See AJ Lee retaining it. Definitely just won it. So definitely gonna be a good match. Yeah, AJ Lee for the win.
Yeah, I don't really see Becky winning it back either. She don't really need to win it back. Don't know who really beats AJ for the title, but I mean that's for something down the line. Yeah, I don't really see Becky winning this match either. I'm going to go with AJ Lee. I don't really see a reason. I mean, I guess they want to continue the feud. You flip it back to Becky at Mania. I don't know. I mean, this feud hasn't really hit like a lot of people think. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not really the biggest fan of this feud. Every time they do a promo against each other, I just laugh more and take it seriously. It's just been ridiculous at times. But, I mean, they're two big stars, so fans will be invested in it no matter what. And we'll see what happens. So, speaking of investment, this has been a match, personally, I've been invested in the most. A lot of other fans have been invested in it. Brock Lesnar against Obafemi. And it's been a lot of just chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Fans have really been behind Oba. He is a star. If you guys saw him absolutely destroy that security guard on Raw, I mean, he threw that MF. I mean, that dude did like a spin and land on his hip. That shit was crazy. But this match, it's going to be two big guys fighting. And we talked about before, Brock hasn't always had the best history against big guys, but I think this is a match Brock's actually going to care about. He seems to really be a fan of Obafemi. When Brock's actually into something, it usually is pretty good. So I wouldn't expect another him and Braun Strowman type match here. I think it'll be a lot better. And we'll see. I really like the build for this match. It's a match a lot of fans have been wanting to see. And we'll see how the end result is. So, QJ, who do you see winning between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this match. Brock got to put him over, man. So, I say Obafemi for the win. And, yeah, like I said, two big guys in the ring. So, Brock didn't really do as well against big guys. But hopefully he pull out the moves, you know what I mean? Different suplexes. I don't want to just be seeing Germans the whole time. So, Obafemi for the win now. Hopefully.
Yeah, Oba needs to win this match. Brock don't need to win. There's some fans out there saying, "Oh, Brock is going to get buried by Obafemi." Brock is in his late 40s. I don't think you can bury a guy who's won multiple world titles and has been. It's like some of y'all are just ridiculous with some of these comments, but I feel like some of y'all just rage bait. But yeah, Brock should not win this. Probably will be a one-off match. I don't really see a need for them to continue this feud after Mania. I feel like this is just like a big match for Oba to kind of give him a test against one of the biggest stars in the company. So I think it'd be a fun match. It'd be a little bit like Omos against Brock, but Oba's a better, obviously, wrestler than Omos is. But I can see it being kind of a little bit like that. Hopefully a little bit better. But yeah, Obafemi for the win here. Brock, no. Just no. So a late edition of WrestleMania. Seth freaking Rollins, against Gunther. Now, a lot of fans have been criticizing it, saying, why is this match happening? There's no story. Gunther obviously attacked Rollins on Raw. And here's the thing. Gunther was supposed to face Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got hurt. Seth Rollins was supposed to face Braun Breaker. He's apparently cleared, but they don't want to rush into the store with him and Rollins, which you can understand. But if I'm Braun Breaker, I'm a little bit salty about that because I worked my butt off to get back. And then you're like, oh, we don't need you on WrestleMania. You're good. But this match, I think, will be probably the best wrestling match on the show. I could be wrong, but QJ, who do we see win between Gunther and Seth Rollins?
Who? I have to give Gunther the win because you got to continue that streak, man. So if Gunther lose here, then it's like, all that after you tapped out John Cena and stuff. I don't know. I feel it needs to be a while before Gunther loses. So it's gonna be a good match, though. I've been waiting for this. So I say Gunther for the win.
Yeah, it's hard to see Gunther losing. I mean, he beat AJ Styles. He retired him. He retired Cena. He retired Goldberg. Like, I mean, obviously Rollins is a big star, so I mean, I'm not going to say it'd be the worst thing in the world to have him beat Gunther, but personally, I see Braun Breaker costing Rollins the match.
Yeah.
If he come out there and attack him, and then Gunther puts in the sleeper and Rollins goes night-night, I could see that. It's just hard to book Gunther. I mean, that's why they had a hard time even getting him on the show because, I mean, he's at a point now where you really can't have him lose.
Oh.
You're doing this whole retirement thing, which, I mean, how many more guys can you retire? Jericho's not going back. He just recently returned to AEW, so you can't retire him. Rey Mysterio, maybe, but you kind of backed yourself into a corner. I mean, Tears was right about that. Like, he was saying this whole thing is not going to last very well just because of the way they booked Gunther. You're kind of just booking him to be, after this, then what? So I don't know what the next step is after WrestleMania for Gunther. It feels like WWE don't really know what to do with him currently, which is a bad thing for him. But I think this will be a great match. I think these guys are going to steal the show. They always do. And, Gunther gets the win and continues whatever plans they have next for him. So next match, controversial match, Rhea Ripley against Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's title. They had Jade join, they had B-Fab and Meechin join Jade in the new group, which is, I guess, interesting. Gives B-Fab Meechin something to do, I guess. But this whole feud, promo-wise, has been a complete mess. There's no chemistry. They don't act like they give a shit about it. They're not even using their Twitter feud even to involve it in the feud, which is a miss in my opinion. Like, it's just been all over the place. There's people going at Rhea online. There's people going at Jade online. It's just, it's got people talking, but I don't know for all the right reasons. So, QJ, who do you see winning between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill?
Jade getting the win. Pull an upset here. WrestleMania, so we need like a shocking moment, It's Rhea, she hasn't really lost in a while.
I'm going to go Rhea just because I feel like Jade only won the title to feud with Belair, and Belair is now back. So I could see Rhea winning, just do something fresh. Jade's title reign is not hit. She's barely defended it. Her promos are a complete disaster. This new group, I don't think the fans give a shit about it. It's just everything about Jade. Like, she has the look, but everything else just doesn't really click. Hopefully she has a good performance in the ring. I don't think she had a bad performance last year against Naomi, I believe it was. But, I mean, we'll see. I'm not too invested in this match. This is one of the least invested matches I have outside of maybe, the 3-on-3 with Speed. I don't really care too much about it. Just kind of curious what he does. And then the women's tag title match. But this match, I'm curious to see how much of a disaster it's going to be more than what the match is going to be. And maybe both these women go out there and steal the show. I hope they do. But the way their promos have been, I don't think they like each other very much. And that's not always a bad thing, by the way. Sometimes when you don't like somebody, you go out there and have the best match. I mean, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart didn't like each other, and they had clashes against each other. I'm not comparing these two to those two at all, but I'm just using as an example of, people don't like each other. Edge and Matt Hardy had a good feud. They hate each other at the time. So we'll see. I'm going to go Rhea, though, and, maybe Jade just waits for Belair to come back. I don't really know what the plan is going forward for her. So we have my favorite, Liv Morgan, against Stephanie Verkeer for the Women's World Championship. This has been a very interesting feud. I've been seeing some criticism for Liv saying Liv can't cut a promo and all this other stuff and people complaining and whatever. I mean, this feud's build's been – I guess in this feud's defense, a lot of the build for WrestleMania outside of the two main matches have not really been all that. Maybe Oba and Brock, but like Liv Morgan and Stephanie Verkeer. QJ, who do you see winning this match between these two ladies?
See Liv Morgan getting the win. They're going to put on a fantastic match. but live for the win.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm gonna actually, after recently watching Raw, I'm gonna go Stephanie Victoria retain. I think Roxanne's gonna turn on Liv. She kind of gave her a look on Raw like she's cool and not cool with her. So maybe they do that instead of having Liv win the title. But I wouldn't hate Liv win the title. Anybody knows me knows I'm Liv Morgan for life. But like, we'll see. I mean, Stephanie Victoria, I feel like she hasn't really gotten booked the best as champion, which is unfortunate. She's one of the best in ring in the company when it comes to wrestling, and she's fantastic. And deserves a lot of credit for the work she's put in over the years to get better in the ring. I think she's improved a lot. So I'd like you to say I think the two women have a fantastic match, and we'll see what the result is. But I think Stephanie retains. So 2 matches remain. 2 world title matches. Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. The build for this match has been very interesting. Randy Orton's back in his psychotic heel mode. He pretty much killed Matt Cardona on SmackDown. He destroyed Cody. He's hearing the voices in his head. He's on the phone with somebody who they're supposed to reveal tonight on SmackDown's recording, which I'll tune to that to see who the person ends up being. This is the best Randy Orton, heel Randy Orton, when he's hearing these voices and he just can't be stopped. And Stephanie McMahon came back in the promo of Cody Rhodes on Raw saying, "You ain't gonna beat this Randy Orton being this good guy. You gotta change how you are because this Randy Orton's dangerous." And Stephanie knows. I mean, Randy Orton kissed her on the mouth and punted her and did a bunch of other shit to her. She knows. So QJ, who do we see winning this match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton?
Yeah, I see Randy Orton getting the victory. Yeah, I'm glad he's back in this heel. Mr. Hill Orton. He used to be terrified. I used to watch him like, bro, I think he trying to get rid of these wrestlers, the stuff he was doing. But it's like, I miss the, glad the Hill's back. I do miss it. Some was telling me they like him face, but I feel Hill, way better Hill, in my opinion. But Randy Orton for the win. You know, they're gonna be going at it in this match, so I'll tell them how much they'll be kicking out of, but yeah, Orton for the win though.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of kickouts between these two. I mean, Cody always kicked out everything anyway, so I'm sure it's going to be pretty crazy. I have a hard time seeing Cody retain myself. I mean, Randy Orton's getting up there with the world title record. I believe he'll be at 15 if he wins. I mean, he's catching up. I don't know if they'll have him break Cena's record. I think he'll pass Triple H or tie Triple H next. This feud's been very intriguing, and the fans are. I mean, the thing about Randy is, and Jim Cornette hates this about today's wrestling. He's a heel getting cheered by the fans, and Cody's a face getting booed by the fans. Like it's not really went. I mean, Randy Orton wasn't going to get booed anyways by anybody. Like nobody's going to sit here and boo Randy at this point. He's a legend, and a lot of people enjoyed him as a heel. So they're like into this, him just being psychotic and destroying people. So we'll see what happens with this phone call. There's a lot of theories about maybe it's The Rock since he has his ties to Cody. Maybe he's talking to The Rock and The Rock's going to come back and do something. I don't know. I don't know if I want The Rock back, but it would be an interesting. Ted DiBiase, who recently got off all charges. He has the history with Legacy. Maybe he's involved in this. Maybe Ric Flair, but Ric Flair signed with AEW and he's just doing a bunch of dumb shit online, so I don't think it'd be Ric Flair. But there's a lot of possibilities for who that is. I see Randy winning myself. I think this. If you're going to capitalize on this heel Randy Orton right now, you put the title on him. Cody doesn't need the title. He's had it enough times. Some fans think Cody needs the title to be relevant. We'll see. But, I mean, you got to capitalize on this Randy Orton heel turn. Give him one last run as champion. Don't have to be a very long reign. But just capitalize on this heel momentum because this is the best Randy Orton's going to get right now. He said he has a few years left. Let him have one last world title reign if this is it for him. And go from there. So I'm looking forward to this. So Randy Orton and Cody, and now the main event of night 2, Roman Reigns against CM Punk for the WWE World Title. They've had some interesting promos themselves. They both powerbombed each other through the announce table. Punk looks like he's losing his mind. He's laughing. Reigns called him old, said, "You're old. I'm better than you at every step of the game. I'm faster, quicker, stronger, all that stuff." The Usos have been involved in it. Maybe they end up turning on Reigns. Who knows? This has been a very interesting build. There's history here. I don't know if these two particularly like each other in real life. They've done promos in the past calling each other, especially Reigns, saying we don't need Punk back. So I don't know if there's a lot of tension there with that. But it's been a very intriguing main event. I've talked to a lot of people about it. Some people think Reigns should win. Some people think Punk should win. It's tough to really predict this. So QJ, what have you thought about the whole Roman Reigns and Punk match? Are you looking forward to it? And who do you predict?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good, man. Expect a lot of kickouts, obviously. Probably go with Reigns for the win. A lot of people want to see Reigns, champion again. They missed that. Obviously, that championship reign he got, but we ain't gonna be getting no reign like that again. But when he lost, maybe I remember when he lost to Cody, people was like, "Yeah, I want Reigns champion against some of the fans and stuff." It's like he's something new, but I see this being a good match though. They gonna tear the house down, and I see Reigns for the win.
Yeah, this match could really go either way. I mean, I think the Usos' involvement is going to come back in the end. Do they turn on Reigns? I don't know if they particularly align with CM Punk. I don't think that'd make the most sense. But if they turn on Reigns, that's a possibility. Something's going to happen in this match. WWE always has something happen during main events, whether it's after or during. They always want to have a moment people talk about. And if these two just have a normal match without any interference or shocking moments, I feel like people will talk about it, but it won't be as hyped as like if a turn happens, like last year with Rollins and Heyman aligned and all that other stuff. So I feel like something's gonna happen. I don't know what, but I feel like some moment's gonna happen because that's what people remember. People remember that RKO with Rollins and Randy from years ago because it was a moment. So are they gonna have a moment during this? Maybe. I don't know if this is gonna be a WrestleMania 5-star classic match. Both these guys are in their 40s, and Reigns, let's be honest, doesn't do a whole lot in the ring. He doesn't have to, but like I think this will be a memorable main event. Obviously, a lot of the casual fans know both these guys. I've talked to a lot of people I work with who don't really watch. They're like, "Oh, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Yeah, I know both them guys." Like, it's a safe main event. I don't know if it's going to be an Undertaker and Shawn where you remember it 10 years from now for being a classic. I know fans are going to remember it, but we'll see. I think it's going to be intriguing to see who wins this because Roman Reigns obviously just came off a few years ago a huge title reign. Does he go back? And if he does win, how long does the title reign go? That's the tough decision for them to make. What does Punk do after losing? Like, I'm gonna go Punk retains, and it's tough because Roman Reigns has lost, I think, his last 2 or 3 WrestleMania matches. So does he lose a third one here, a fourth one? I don't know. That's gonna be a flip of a coin. I think this is the toughest match to predict on this show. I mean, a lot of fans are in Roman Reigns' corner for this, but does he want to be champion again? Does he want to be around more? I mean, he's barely been on. I think this is like his first one-on-one match of the year so far. We're 4 months in, so I mean he hasn't really done a whole lot. Does this get him back into the mix? Like, we'll see. I think it's going to be a very fun WrestleMania. So, QJ, before we wrap it up, is there any particular match you are looking forward to the most that you go, man, I can't wait to watch that match? What match stands out to you?
Definitely that Brock and Obi, and then the second I'll say would be Cody and Owen, and the third Reigns and Punk. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. And I mentioned Dom, but the reason I mentioned Dom because I completely forgot is I think maybe Dom turns on Liv. I could see that happening too. Excuse me. Something like that. That's what I was referencing earlier. I forgot to mention that. But for me, I mean, honestly, I'm curious how Liv and Vicur goes, and probably Oba and Brock, and then really the 2 main events are enticing for me. I don't know who's going to win either one of them. I always like the thing I like about this year's WrestleMania. There hasn't really been a whole lot of leaks about who's going to win or a lot of rumors. Or it's kind of, yeah, it's always a good thing. Like it's kept under the chest this year, which I think is a good thing. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a very good WrestleMania. If you guys are more casual fans, I say tune into it. I mean, maybe to get you back into wrestling. I know a lot of fans loved it when Reigns and Cody had that match, and they got a lot of people back in love with the business. I know WWE's not at its high point right now, but maybe there's someone on this show, if you're a casual, that grabs your attention or a match you think is great. You think, oh, I'll start watching for this man or woman. Like, you never know. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode of the LTQ Wrestling Podcast, our WrestleMania predictions. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. If you like gaming, make sure to check out me and QJ's gaming channels in the links below. QJ posts all different types of gaming. I've been posting a lot of MLB The Show content lately. So make sure to check those out. Appreciate the support as always. Peace.
Peace.